there's about a 60-foot fin whale that appears to be extremely emaciated, so it would indicate that it's been sick for a very long time. Seems like it doesn't have a lot of energy. You can see from it just being on the beach like it is right now.
Off the beach of New Zealand, over 140 whales have been found to be beached. No cause has been found, but is a terrible sight. Many locals try to keep these whales alive, but they have no way of bringing them back into the ocean. So many of them are left dead or dying without any way of getting them back into the ocean. As you can see here, a group of locals try to pick up a whale. It is a very hard task.
Is that how you just it?
Cetaceans find their way even in darkest ocean depths. They emit calls and detect obstacles and prey from the reflected echoes. Cetaceans often communicate with each other. They stay in touch by calling to each other when spread out and likely exchange information on the occurrence of prey or predators. Some species can only reproduce because they can communicate over hundreds of kilometers and thus find each other. But underwater noise is increasingly masking the acoustic world of cetaceans. Noise levels in the oceans have doubled every decade for the past 60 years in some areas due to various human activities. Without countermeasures, underwater noise will further increase. Over 90% of world trade is transported by ship. Ship propellers generate intense noise. Cetaceans are exposed to ever-present noise in major shipping routes. Once a ship has passed, another will follow shortly. Chronic noise causes stress, which in turn affects the health of cetaceans and may also reduce their breeding success. Whales are acutely threatened during military exercises when warships turn on their sonar. The extremely loud sonar sounds spread for tens to hundreds of miles in all directions and are used to detect submarines. Whales appear to change their diving behavior in panic to escape the noise. This seems to cause divers' bends or decompression sickness, affecting vital organs, which can lead to death. Some fatally injured or dead animals beach on the shore, but many die unnoticed in the open sea and sink. The noise caused by seismic exploration for oil and gas is also loud, pervasive, and continuous. During the ship surveys, seismic airguns produce intense pulsed noise every few seconds, often for weeks or months. Airgun pulses are so loud that they can travel through thousands of meters of water and penetrate tens to hundreds of kilometers into the Earth's crust. The echo reverberates from oil and gas deposits all the way back to the measuring devices at the surface. The noise can cause the marine environment to be heavily degraded over large areas, forcing some marine life to abandon their habitat. Thus, the livelihood of cetaceans may be destroyed, and so their life. Underwater noise pollution is a serious threat to marine life. Together we can change this situation. We call for a global strategy to reduce underwater noise pollution and ask for marine protected areas where noisy activities are not allowed. Support our worldwide campaign against underwater noise pollution. Become a part of Silent Oceans. Get involved with Silent Oceans.
This is the sound of whales communicating with one another underwater. They heavily rely on these sounds for find food and communicate with each other and to survive. But in the coming years, our world has changed. Around 60,000 commercial ships travel the world oceans at any given time. And this is an example of a sound of air guns prospecting for oil and mapping ocean floors. They are fired around every 10 seconds up to 24 hours a day for many weeks at a time. These noises can drown out a lot of the ocean's natural sounds, forcing the whales to go into silence. Many whales rely on these noises to survive. How can you help?